All right, if you think you spend a lot of time on your cell phone, you really don't. It turns out teenagers are tops when it comes to mobile internet usage. According to the Pew Research Center, close to 40% of all American teenagers have smartphones capable of accessing the internet. 25% of teens use their cell phone as their primary access point to the internet, while just 15% of adults do.
And here to talk about it, not on the phone, we're going to talk about it face to face, is Mike Merrill from the Social Media Club of Dallas. Appreciate you being here tonight. Okay, my first question, is the job of a parent getting more difficult because of this?
It absolutely is.
Yeah?
And parents just really need to be informed as to how their child is using the internet as well as their smartphone.
Well, because if you have the computer in the house, you know, the old desktop computers, it was supposed to be in the family room, which is of course still the case, and don't have the laptop in your kids' computers, or in their rooms, but now they've got these, you know, the smartphones and the iPads, and they're just off and gone, and we can't see what they're doing. So how do we control it? How do we watch it?
Well, and oftentimes they fall asleep at night with their cell phones under their pillow.
Right by their bed, right.
So I think first and foremost is the way you set up the iPhone. So if you consider the Apple iOS device, make sure you create a specific Apple ID for them that's age-gated, which will help block some of these applications that they should not be using.
I didn't even know there was such, because everything's under my Apple ID.
Right, and same way we set it up with our kids. And you know, my youngest had an iPhone as young as 5th grade. We downgraded our phone and gave her that phone.
Yeah.
Not knowing that there was a bunch of age-gated apps, not even really thinking about it. But that's how a lot of these folks are getting around the age requirements for some of these applications. But it's just important to monitor how your child is using the device. And
so by monitoring, it means when they fall asleep, you go pick it up and look at it?
Potentially. You can definitely monitor text messages. You can definitely identify which applications have been installed and utilized.
Oh, sure. Okay.
But oftentimes what happens is a parent tells a child, sure, you can get a Facebook account as long as you're connected to me so I can monitor you. Mm-hmm. Well, kids are pretty smart. They just go create another account under a different username on Facebook.
Well, that's kind of it. It seems like once parents get it figured out, the kids have got you figured out, and they've already moved on to the next thing. So you're going, yes, I finally got it, and they're already on to something else, and you have no idea.
Well, and great case with Instagram. There's a lot of parents that, hey, my child has an interest in photography, so I'll let them start to use Instagram.
Okay.
Instagram is not just a photography application.
It's messaging, too, right?
It's messaging, it's a commenting, and it's more popular with a lot of teenagers than Facebook.
Really?
Well, they've grown tired of Facebook because they have so many friends on Facebook. Mm-hmm. They want to go to this smaller, more intimate network, much like Twitter and Instagram, where they can target and clearly identify who they're communicating with.
You know, it's funny you say that they're getting tired of Facebook, because I'm just getting used to Facebook and Twitter and all these things. But see, that's what's scary, too, is when they do have their smartphone and their iPad and they go out and they get on Instagram, that's open still to anybody, right, who can see their pictures of their friends and themselves?
Absolutely. There still is privacy concerns around all these. That's why it's still important to educate them about how people can use that against them. Right? Just like we coached them on Facebook, don't connect with anyone you don't know, don't connect with anyone that you didn't go to school with, because there are people out there that will use that maliciously.
Well, and don't you think, too, like we talk to our children about smoking and drinking and that sort of thing, this is not their own private little Instagram or Twitter world. It's everybody.
It's completely public, and many folks don't realize that everything I say on Instagram and Twitter is completely indexed by Google. That's the other scary thing is...
captured and kept, kind of? Is that?
Yeah, Google indexes all of that public content.
Okay.
Right? Now, you can have a private Instagram account, but if you publish it to Twitter, it's no longer private. Right? Because there's publishing options within Instagram to go to Twitter and Facebook. And most people don't even realize you can set up settings specifically in Facebook to make sure that's not indexed by Google.
And you've got kids, and you're watching your young ones too, right?
I have coached them regularly. My oldest is attending college in the fall. I coach them regularly that, look, this is what admissions counselors are going to Google and find on you.
Good point.
Right? I've even coached them on changing their bio on Twitter, changing their bio on Facebook and Instagram to be a little bit more professional.
All right, so hopefully they'll be more professional and we'll be a little more watchful. We'll keep our eyes on our kids. Mike, thank you. Thanks for coming in, Mike Merrill.